Hey guys, what's going on? ThirdStreet Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zach.
We're back with Attack on Titan, Season 4, Episode 4. Last episode, Zach, we had, you called it. It was a very cool moment. It's been 5 years, and you can imagine maybe the type of guy Aaron is, based on everything that's happened, how he might feel.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's over here. We know he has his Attack Titan ability.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially what Annie and them were told, and Reiner. It's what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's cool to see the tables turned. I have to wonder what Mikasa and Levi
like where are they and stuff
Armin
like.
Are.
You know, I think this would have worked so well in the manga because I don't think you would have figured it out. And I think I remember.
No, because the voice is what gave it away.
Yeah, and I'm very sure there are people who said they didn't realize it until later on, or like right at that moment, because the way he was drawn, and maybe with the dialogue moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if that's something that's been echoed too much throughout the. Oh yeah, it was because there's a flashback about about Reiner telling Aaron, "Come on, buddy, you gotta keep moving forward."
But it's the voice actor.
And of course, the sub versus dub is. I'm a dub guy myself, and we grew up on Dragon Ball Z and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Most people agree that FMA Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like
that dub is one of the greatest.
A lot of people think that's better than the Japanese.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees. Like, there's people in Japan that watch the American dub of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Those are two shows, though, that got it right because of the cast. Like, whoever the casting director was.
Yeah.
But I know Dragon Ball Z has gone through cycles. And by the time Kai rolled around, the Sabat was in charge of a lot of that shit. So they had that going for them. With Brotherhood, it's just like they got all the fucking cards. They played them all right.
Because it's still kind of early in the life of American anime.
Mm-hmm. And they got all the fucking casting right. Mm-hmm. That I wasn't disappointed with anything.
Yeah.
The only thing I was disappointed with that show was the first fucking episode. Other than that,
which I actually was spared of that because of somebody said, guys, you can't do that. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, the second episode I watched was like that, and no spoilers, but that dog one. That's all I'll say. I think
you didn't watch the one between it.
The second or third?
The second one is the one where they go to Leor, and
what's the third one? Is it the?
I think the third one might be it.
The dog
talking about it's third or the fourth one. It's very early on.
Yeah,
because the second one's where they go to see that preacher.
So I remember thinking, like, what kind of fucking show is this when I was watching it?
Oh yeah.
In this particular show, I think people are pretty divided, but everyone agreed they didn't like Aaron's voice actor's interpretation of character until we get here. A lot of people love like this version of him. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like Hayden talked about when he was playing Anakin in 2, and even the kind of beginning of 3, like he wanted to be darker, and George's like, no, you can't, you're a petulant teenager. And you know, Hayden's like, I guess, all right. You know what I mean?
3 though, he wouldn't be there.
No, but in 2, like he had to be like that hero that Luke was talking about when he was flying with Obi-Wan, and he didn't want to leave Obi-Wan behind, even though fucking Palpatine's like, leave him, you know. But definitely 2, I think he was talking about like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was a petulant.
Yeah, he was petulant for sure. I think like when we heard that first season, we had these adults like voice acting of Aaron and Armin and Mikasa. Mikasa kind of sounds the same. Mm-hmm. But Aaron, he sounds really young and very, you know, when he's like, you know what I mean? Like I like the passion, but it's a little weird to me. I love what I've seen of him so far, and I like you when he was right there with the stone eye look.
Fucking great.
Moving forward, you know.
I'm looking forward to seeing where he's going.
Well, we're in. I was going to say Paradis. We are in Marley, so I think we've seen, and you have, just like me, it's like, oh, they're just victims of their, you know, and definitely they've been kind of brainwashed. Mm-hmm. And the kids who went there were just kids who were brainwashed. And it's like, oh man, like, I don't think that should go unpunished, but it's like, I don't hate them anymore.
No, I feel for Rhino now.
Yeah.
More than I did before. Before it's like, fuck him. I mean, it might be okay, but he still sucks because of this all this shit happened. But now you can see that he's taking his toll on him.
It has. Like, I think it was last episode he had put a shotgun in his mouth.
His rifle.
Yeah.
And he's wanting to kill himself, but he's like, no, I still have them. I guess, you know, if he's wanting to hold out just so that the government doesn't punish his family for him doing that. There's
like 3 or 4 parts to this show. So this is the first one, and people really liked it. And I heard part 2, which is like, I think a 12-episode block. It was like incredible. For part 3, they've done the first few episodes. None of them dubbed yet. They've all been subbed. We might finish this and have to wait like 6 to 12 months to finish the show. If you guys are watching this the first time, I've only seen the next like 3 or 4 episodes. So I'm going to be reacting just like Zach here soon. Guys, just so you know, before we jump in, you can watch our actual reaction. I'm sure you know that by now. On our Patreon, it's for free. You don't have to be a member. You just click on the link and it's free for everybody. If you do want to support us, you can watch the full-length uncut reaction on there for all the things that we do.
Buy our merchandise!
Yes!
Japanese portray something like themselves.
Yeah. They're all good people. it's just a different type of episode. I liked it. I mean, we get to see a little more of the world, that's for sure. And it seems like something is building kind of in the background. Willie Tiber, his family possesses a Warhammer Titan. We don't know who it is. I do know because I've seen the next few episodes.
Yeah.
But why is he not treated like the audience? Yeah. That's kind of the question. I mean, he gave a hint of it. He said 100 years ago I helped.
Well, they talked about it in the legend, and some of the Titans turn on the others. Like they were.
Yeah. So I think
he was instrumental in that.
I think his family was. Yeah. So it's just funny that the idea that like your family can do something 100 years ago, and then
you're set for fucking life.
Yeah. Did you see McGath? He's kind of in charge of. I mean, I didn't really understand that conversation.
It seems you're General McGath now.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that he has some influence there.
So I guess he's got some. I didn't pick it up personally. I mean, he introduced himself as he is in charge of the warrior program. Did you also see what he said about conscription? Like how, like the way Theo McGath feels about the war. It's like he doesn't really like it.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So it's just one of those things where this cable.
He also feels it's too late.
Yeah, he feels like it's too late. I think it just adds a lot to his character. Like you figure like with his accent and just like not his accent, but like the voice actor,
his demeanor,
and the way he looks, and he would just be one of those military badasses, and he might be
just a hard ass, but he's still at the same time he's empathetic to or at least he's knowledgeable enough, wise enough to understand the cost for his country.
We haven't seen him shit on the Eldians, really. You know what I mean? Like we've even seen an instance where he allowed them to kind of celebrate with alcohol. Either way, you could say he's still a terrible person for participating in the system, but it's also the system he grew up in. So it's also one of those things to where.
Well, you can judge it pretty easy on the outside when you're just staring at the magic box. From the comfort of your own home, when you have a cush compared to thousands of years of human history.
Yeah, and all the people who were enslaved and bled and died for you to get here and judge everything else.
Yeah, now we can sit here and pontificate.
But Willie, he's respected, he's loved, he's charismatic, he's like handsome, but there's this political part of him, I think, obviously, where when you're loved and trusted and you're a leader, like you probably are capable of getting shit done. Yeah. So
very influential.
Yeah.
Like you said, charismatic.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of gravitas. Everyone loves him.
And he is put on his first play. So we had Dr. Yeager talking to Kruger, and I loved how he used the name Kruger, too, by the way. And obviously, think about it, his daughter was killed by the internment zone police. And as far as he knows, his son was fucking ejected and sent to Paradis. But his grandson is still alive.
Yeah, still sitting right there.
Yeah, because we actually had him give, like when they came back, the Warriors, like in the internment zone, like that actually guy was there. This is Grandpa. So I kind of forgot about that. He's allowed to run around. He just has to be there sometimes, I guess. Yeah. Falco Grease's brother. I can't remember his name, but he's going to inherit the Beast Titan. He's already been chosen.
Yeah. It's the older one. It's the other,
the
long guy.
Yeah, slightly older. So
because Pac is the one guy that was the younger brother of the guy that had whatever the fuck.
Marcel's the younger brother.
Yeah. And then
Peck. The one who was on the floor, doggy style, with her ass up in the air, with kind of cute voice.
That's Peck.
Well, I think those are nicknames, but Peck is like the brunette who's on the floor.
Yeah. But what about? Isn't it Pac or something?
Yeah, it is. His Pac and Peck.
Okay.
But he says that's not my name. Don't call me that. So it's obviously a nickname. Yeah. But and he got his power pretty recently too. If you think about it, he wasn't on Paradis, so he doesn't know anything about that. He wasn't there. He doesn't have the first-hand experience of it.
Yeah, only Rhino does now.
And
Zeke.
And Zeke, yeah. But, you figured if you have children, and one is a warrior, and then your family's set, the way I feel is I wouldn't want another one to die, essentially. But maybe, like, to these people, like, because of the hatred of the devils, it might just be such an honor that it's weird.
I guess, but you're just throwing your kids away.
Yeah, but
it's like a horrible fate, especially at the end of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that will stop me.
Yeah.
Getting eaten.
Wait a minute, my kid has to be eaten at the end?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But you also might feel like, they will live forever in some type of way. The power, they will live on forever throughout.
They do to a certain extent, but you're still,
Yeah.
You're fucking giving them away to be chewed.
Yeah.
Down the gullet of some horrible thing.
Yep. Falco is helping out in that war room. So, like, they get a lot of benefits, but they're still really looked down upon.
You mean Rhino?
Yeah, Rhino. And it's just funny. And by the way, never mind. Because
Falco's the young one, the little kid.
And Falco is like the cousin of Reiner. So the Grices and the Bronze are family.
Okay.
And Gabby is also part of that family too.
The Grices?
Yeah.
Oh. She's part of Rhonda's family.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because she was at that dinner.
I thought the Grices were too. I really thought they were. Maybe they
might
weren't. Okay. It's funny because they were all kind of congregating, and they were all kind of disenfranchised a little bit. Like they were like, yeah, you know, they're running out there. No, they're talking about the brass. Oh, they know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
They sound really smart. And
yeah.
Then the kid and Falco overcame Gabby in the race.
But you know, if someone's like much like when you were younger, you were much faster than me. Like I don't just become faster because I'm like motivated. You'd have to train. It's just ridiculous. You know, that just doesn't happen.
Well, you might have been training.
But she would be training too. So we're both training together. Unless he starts to hit puberty a passer, then I don't think he's a passer. Just because if you guys asked it the day before,
I
don't think he's.
Maybe she's tired. Maybe she stayed up too late that night.
Yeah, it won't matter for a sprint.
Maybe.
No, maybe. Wouldn't matter for a sprint.
It might matter.
She has to be very tired.
You don't get enough rest.
Yeah, I know, but sprinters. I can only assume that they're under a similar amount of stress and they have similar schedules.
But he has a drive.
Well, I mean, she's driven. Like, look at her.
She's driven, but maybe that instance, his drive to overcome her to save her life, the adrenaline.
No, that is correct, because that is the story. I'm just saying in real life that I don't think you're going to be motivated to outrun someone.
Well, he wasn't that far behind her to begin with, though. It's not like he went from like 100 yards back and just started fucking booking it and made it past her.
Yeah, they were kind of
he was right behind her.
Slightly neck and neck.
Yeah, so they're close enough to where if he just fucking... Maybe it's just a mental tick. Maybe he already was in shape mentally, though.
Yeah.
He was not pushing himself.
Also, we had those nice guards at the gate. And just like we had the nice person inside the nice dinner.
Yeah.
She was from Asia.
The Japanese portray themselves in a way that she's wearing a kimono.
Yeah.
The Japanese portray themselves in this work that's like, these are the nice people.
She said
honorable people.
Yeah. She said it kimono differently than how I say it.
Or Americans.
Well, I know, but like I feel like I've heard Japanese people an American accent call it a kimono. I think the voice actor maybe not know how to pronounce it or something. That's what I think.
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I just know what a kimono is.
Yeah, no, me too. But there's nice people in the world. It's just interesting to think what would have happened if fucking Grisha Yeager would have not ran into that one sadistic piece of shit who just wanted to fucking see people die because he thinks I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, hi kids. You know, they're good people out there. And this show was...
It sets a fucking tone, man. Like the guys that denied Hitler from art school.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Then we had World War II.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for this one, guys. But if you don't want to wait for the next one, then I suggest you shouldn't wait. You should go to our Patreon, and we'll see you there.